Hey, you guys. So I just wanted to share this with you really quickly. This past week, Kid Rock had a concert on Tuesday night where he is, I guess, announced that he is wanting to run for Senate of Michigan. And this apparently concert was a speech, like his first speech to run for Senate of Michigan. And a lot of people gathered outside from the NAA, which is it's the National Action Network, and they peacefully gathered to peacefully protest against kids' use of the Confederate flag on stage, as well as to protest some of his beliefs. Reverend Charles Williams II, who is the president of the NAA, the National Network, or the National Action Network, he said, quote, I will read you his quote. Let's see if I can get it to come back up. He says, when you hire Kid Rock, who is known to be dog whistling and catcalling to white supremacist organizations and the white supremacist community, alt-right, whatever you want to call them, and you take our tax dollars to do that, that's wrong, he charged. This is what statement I read. People Politics had posted his quote. If you actually go and listen to Kid Rock's statement or his short speech that he left to run for Senate, he does not follow the KKK or white supremacist groups. He actually does not agree with them at all, and he spoke about how they need to go the hell away. And he does use the Confederate flag, and my feelings for the Confederate flag might be a little different than a lot of people's. I feel like it is a commodity, something that people can buy, just like people can buy an American flag or a Confederate flag, or a flag that has a Nazi symbol on it, or a flag that has Hitler on it, or a flag that has a smiley face on it, or a flag that just has a bunch of roses on it that says garden, whatever. If you can go to Walmart and buy it, then you own it, and you can do whatever the hell you want with it. Personally, I do believe that the Confederate flag has been associated with racism over time. Some might think that it doesn't have anything to do with racism, which is fine. You can believe what you want. But throughout time, as a child, I even remember people talking about it being associated with racism. I live in the South, so I know that people, when I was a kid and I would come back to visit, because I did grow up in Maryland, people would have a Confederate flag hanging outside of their house, and they would joke about, African American people won't ever come in my yard with that flag hanging there, or whatever, and I just, as a child, I did not quite understand it. I just didn't like it. Even as a kid, I didn't understand it at all. I just always viewed us as human beings, and we're all living on this planet together, and we have no idea what's going on, and the smallest thing of just fighting and arguing and separating ourselves because of the color of our skin is absolutely ridiculous, because there's a lot more crazy shit going on in this world that we need to figure out. We already know why our skin color is different. It's because of where we originated at on the planet, and the melanin in our skin gives us color. That's it. Other than that, we are all human beings living on this planet with no clue, without a doubt, 100% of what's going on, why we're here, where we're going, what we're doing. So we have two groups in this country. You have your Democrats and you have your Republicans, you have your alt-left and you have your alt-right, and that is the system who designed it perfectly for us to be divided, which is what they want. I'm anti-establishment. I don't follow what Donald Trump says. I don't follow what anyone says. I follow what I think is humanly right. I feel like if a person can jump off of a bridge or jump out of an airplane or race a car down a racetrack going 150 miles an hour or however fast, if a person can assist their suicide in Oregon, then a person should be able to legally experiment with their own conscious mind without going to jail for it. There's a lot of things that I don't agree with the way this world has, the turns that this world has taken and the control that is being put on us as humans living in this galaxy, this huge world and universe and reality, and there's just so much more to it than all of this paperwork and these one-sided groups. And if we need a group of people that can bring us all together back to reality, and the reality is that we have no idea what the hell is really going on. And yeah, we can put all these rules and regulations in and follow this and follow that, but all it does is cause chaos and cause people to separate. I mean, logically, there should be rules in place where we logically know, common sense wise, you just don't go out and murder anybody. You just don't do stuff like that. You don't go out and rob someone or hurt people. You don't go create a victim. And that's where my thoughts come in to play with prison, the prison system, the jail system, and all that. I'm living in a state that has the highest number of incarcerated people than any other state in the United States of America. Louisiana and Mississippi both have the most incarcerated people than anywhere else in the world, basically. So the United States in general has more incarcerated people than any other country in the world. And it's all just a system to make money off of humans and enslave us. I feel like it should not be a crime unless there's a victim. If it is a victimless crime, if John Doe is smoking a joint underneath the bridge peacefully by himself, and a cop just so happens to walk up on him and then criminally charges him and throws him in jail, who was the victim? There was no victim. He was victimizing himself, which really he wasn't. It was, my views on that are different too. He was that's what I'm saying. You're putting a person in prison that had no victim. And then you've got rapists out here who go and sexually abuse a child, and they might do 30 days in jail, and they're back on the streets walking around. It doesn't make sense. And then you got victimless crimes. Somebody that didn't pay their taxes, The tax system is robbery, 100%. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with any of that. I just feel like we need to go back to understanding the laws in this world, the natural laws, and how we all should be able to live peacefully and free without being enslaved. Okay, I'm ranting about this. Anyways. So Kid Rock Tuesday night threw out his speech at his concert this past week that he's going to run for Senate. And a lot of people don't agree with it. Mr. Reverend Charles Williams II, the president of the NAA, which is the National Action Network, who protested at his concert about him using the Confederate flag. Okay, Kid Rock can go to Walmart and buy that Confederate flag. He can hang it outside of his concert if he wants to. I don't agree. They shouldn't be hung up in public school systems, and they should not be used at your local courthouse. That just ain't cool with me. But if somebody wants to go out and buy a Confederate flag from Walmart, they should be able to hang that motherfucker up in their yard, in their house, or whatever. I don't care. But don't put them in the school systems and in your public vicinities. You just don't. So, logically, I don't think that's correct. So, anyways, I just want to know you guys' thoughts on this. Leave it in the comments below. Would you vote for Kid Rock to be a senator in this country? Yes or no? Just say yes or no. That's it. I don't want any drama in the comments section. If drama begins to start, I will take the comments and turn them off, so then that way I won't have to address any kind of negativity. Thanks you guys for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. Love you. Bye.